Have you ever had that daydream of running $1 million business, but just by yourself? Well, look, we used to sound like total science fiction. It's happening right now. In this explainer, we're going to dive deep into how one person, with the right AI tools, can build a hugely successful company completely from scratch.
All right, let's just kick things off with a pretty wild claim from Sam Altman, the CEO of OpenAI. He's so convinced this is coming that he's reportedly making bets on who's going to be the first to build a one-person billion-dollar company. You heard that right. For him, this isn't just a possibility, it's a certainty.
And this isn't some dream about the distant future. The trend is already well underway. Get this, 38% of new startups in the US are now founded by just one person with zero venture funding. That number has almost doubled in less than 10 years. AI is really becoming the great equalizer here, turning the solo entrepreneur from a small-time player into a serious contender.
Okay, but let's be real. For most of us, the idea of going it alone, it's terrifying. And it's usually held back by these same old powerful myths about what it really takes to succeed. So you know what? Let's just smash them, one by one, and we'll use AI as our sledgehammer. First up, the big one. The tech wall. The idea that you have to be some kind of coding wizard is officially over. Done. Modern AI tools, they work with plain English. You can literally just tell an AI, hey, build me a task management app with user logins and a way to take payments, and it will spit out the code. The entire game has changed. Next, let's talk about the audience myth. This idea that you need millions of followers, forget about it. The real goal should be trust, not just raw traffic. Let's just do the math here for a second. If you have just 500 clients paying for a $2,000 service, well, you've got yourself $1 million business. It's about how deep your connection is, not just how wide your reach is.
Oh, and this one, the paralysis of waiting for that perfect idea. You do not need to reinvent the wheel. Seriously. Some of the biggest opportunities are in taking kind of boring existing businesses and just using AI to make them 10 times better or faster or cheaper. There's one founder who built a business that generates thousands a month just by using AI to turn messy voice notes into clean, structured content. Simple, right? But so effective.
And finally, the money myth. You know, starting a traditional business can cost a fortune. But an AI-powered business, your main tools might be ChatGPT for $20 a month and a domain name for $12 a year. The cost to get in the game has never, ever been this low. Your biggest asset isn't a pile of cash. It's your own curiosity.
So if all those old barriers are just gone, what's left? Well, this is where you need to shift your thinking. Stop thinking about AI as just a tool you use. Start thinking of it as a partner you work with. Think of it as your first hire, and maybe your only hire.
Let's meet the team, shall we? Your new AI co-founder basically wears every hat in the company. It's your brainstormer, coming up with creative ideas. It's your coder and your systems admin, handling all the tech stuff. It even runs the business side of things, acting as your CFO, your communication coach, and, of course, your 24/7 customer support team.
And hey, don't just take my word for it. This quote from a solo founder who scaled his business to over $100,000 a month, it says everything. He didn't go out and hire a huge team. Nope. He used AI to build a system that could compete with a much, much larger company. This is the new reality of how lean and powerful a solo business can be.
Okay, so the theory is awesome, but how does this actually work in the real world? Let's get into the build phase and see how you can go from a completely blank slate to a real functioning business ridiculously fast. So here it is, the 5-step playbook to get from idea to your first paying client. And we're going to use super simple AI prompts to just fly through this whole process, starting with the idea itself. We're going to start right at the beginning with a simple chat. We're not going to spend weeks agonizing over an idea. We're just going to ask. Notice how direct this prompt is. It plays to our strengths. We're not asking for some random idea. We're asking for one that's a perfect fit for us.
And boom, just like that, you get a clear, high-value business model. It's specific, it's got a price tag, and it's basically ready to go. The AI didn't just give us a vague idea, it handed us a business plan on a silver platter. So with our service defined, it's time to build it a home online.
Okay, next up, the website. We'll take our cool new business name, Magic Marketer, and a simple one-sentence description, and we'll just pop it into an AI website builder. No code, no design degree needed, just a clear statement of what we do. And check this out. In seconds, literally seconds, you get this. A professional-looking website with a headline that actually sells. The copy is written, the layout is done. A task that used to take weeks and cost thousands of dollars is now done in the time it takes to brew a pot of coffee. Insane.
Now, I know what you may be thinking. This all sounds incredible, maybe a little too incredible. And you're right to be skeptical. Because building this fast with tools you don't fully understand, well, it comes with some serious risks. To build a business that lasts, you have to know about the hidden traps.
So, what's the catch? Because there's always a catch, right? Where can this all go horribly wrong? Well, when you rely on AI as your co-founder, you're also taking on all of its problems. And trust me, they can be pretty big.
Okay, when you lean this hard on AI, you're looking at 4 major risk zones. First, you could be building your whole business on buggy, insecure code. Second, you could get hit with copyright lawsuits because the AI was trained on somebody else's protected data. Third, you could be on the hook for massive fines under privacy laws like GDPR if your system messes up with customer info. And last, there's no guarantee that your stuff is unique. Your competitor could use the same tool and get a nearly identical result.
And this isn't just theory. Here's a quote from a software consultant on Reddit that should send a chill down your spine. When people who aren't developers use AI to create code, they can end up with this Frankenstein code base. Yeah, it might work for a little while, but it's a ticking time bomb, and it can cost a fortune to fix when, not if, it breaks.
So, how do you use these unbelievable tools without getting totally burned? Simple. You need a set of rules. Think of it like a prenuptial agreement with your AI co-founder. You've got to set the terms for a healthy, productive, and most importantly, safe partnership.
And it really all boils down to this set of rules. The most important one, right at the top, you are the expert. The AI is your assistant. You're always in charge. That means you review everything it gives you. You protect sensitive data. You're transparent about how you're using it. And at the end of the day, you have to focus on solving a real human problem, not just playing with cool tools. Start small and use them smartly.
Look, we are living through a massive shift, a once-in-a-generation thing. For the very first time in history, one single person has the power of a whole team right at their fingertips. All those old barriers to entry, the technical skills, the funding, the staff, they've basically evaporated. So the question isn't, can you build it alone anymore? The real question is, what will you build?